Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron, thank you so much for being with us. We're looking at archaeological evidence for David. I do want to say, too, Expedition Bible, he's great. Got his book, did a review on his book, recommend him on our Biblical Archaeology Today podcast. He's got a great thing on the tomb of David. So you might want to check him out on YouTube. But let's go here. We're in the Premier Study Bible. I was a managing editor. Also was privileged to do the archaeology for it. So let's get started. Evidence for David. The Aramaic inscribed Tel Dan Stele, discovered in 1993 and 94, has been hailed by some as the most significant archaeological find concerning the Bible. Now, why that is, okay, you notice 93, 94, I got saved in 84, and then went to Bible college 85 to 87, and one of the things critics would use, I would read the Biblical Archaeology review bar when it would come into the college library and everything, was that David never existed. There's no evidence for David. So about 30 years ago, something big happened, and now there's much evidence for David. So King Hazael of Syria, and you've read about him in Scripture, if you've read the Bible in the Old Testament, had the victory stele, which is basically just a something you write upon, a stele or stele it's called, can be multi-sided, produced somewhere in the 8th to 9th century BC. So this is the 800s or 900s basically. It mentions, or 700s or 800s, the House of David as a dynastic title of lineage. So that's extraordinarily significant, because it's like they weren't just a bunch of tribes, like minimalist scholars say. That was a kingdom. And so it was a dynastic title of lineage. It proved a crushing blow to minimalist scholars who had tried to deny that David ever lived. A much earlier find, the Moabite stone, also called the Mesha Stele, discovered in 1868, also mentions the House of David in line 31. It dates from the 9th century BC. The Moabite stone also mentions Yahweh, Omri, Ahab, Israel, and Moab, further confirming the historicity of Scripture. So what happened was found in 1868. It was in pretty rough condition in parts. And so, we've learned a lot more about cuneiform, different ancient languages, Moabite, on and so forth, and Akkadian. And so somebody went back and began looking and said, you know what, this mentions the House of David as well. And so in the city of David, some more evidence for David, the retaining wall to David's palace, known as the stepped stone structure, has been discovered, dating to the 10th century BC. Prominent Israel archaeologist Eliot Mazar, and I like all three Mazars that do archaeology, maybe more, but I know of three. They're all very good. Posits that the palace of King David has been found as well. Many pottery shards read belonging to the king, which indicates that this was a city inhabited by royalty. Now another one in hieroglyphics has been discovered that talks about the southern part of Israel as being the plains of David. It's not the plains, it's something of David, mentions David as well. And then as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, that Expedition Bible, and I really like his stuff, he's so thorough, fantastic, highly recommend it, goes in and they really think they found the tomb of David, and it's really cool. So we can trust our Bibles. When the skeptics come against it, the Bible's absolutely true. God bless. We love you. Thanks for being here. Join us daily. Bye-bye.